Hi guys, and welcome back to Trev's Travels by Narrowboat. Anyone that watched the last episode will know that I was installing a stove. Well, it's complete. Really exciting day today. I'm going to light it for the first time. Well, I say I'm going to light it for the first time. I did actually already, about an hour ago. I screwed up a piece of newspaper and put on there and burnt it for a smoke test. No real proper fire though. I just wanted to check that the smoke went up the chimney okay, which it does, of course. So anyway, today we're going to light the fire for the first time. Now, I'm following manufacturers' recommended instructions for this. They recommend that for the first 3 hours you burn wood only, and you make a very small fire in the middle of the grate so the fire does not touch any of the walls. This is to drive off any gases or moisture in the cast iron before it gets really hot. So this small fire is so you can season the stove properly, just like as if you were seasoning a cast iron frying pan or skillet. And they say 20 days. After 20 days, you can burn as much as you want, and it will burn coal, smokeless fuel, charcoal, and wood. I think it'll be wood and smokeless fuel I will be burning, but we'll see how things go. They also say that after the summer months, and you relight the fire again for the first time in the autumn, you should re-season it and break it in slowly once again. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's go and light the fire. Well, I'm going to light the fire the old-fashioned way, with newspaper and kindling. And I looked around the boat for an old newspaper. Well, I don't buy newspapers. I come up with this. I've had this on the boat for a while. I've got a few of them. I normally pick them up whenever I see them, because I like to keep up with the towpath news. But I've read it many a time, so now it's time to put it to good use and light my fire with it. Let's get going and go and start a fire. So here goes. We'll get some newspaper. Towpath news, of course. Scrunch it up. I'll use 4 sheets, I think. As I say, one want a small fire because we've got to keep it in the middle, so I think 4 sheets will be enough. There we go. Now for some kindling. And here we go, some kindling. Place it in so it's crossed over, so it should be a nice burn to it. I think that's probably enough kindling. Right, let's light it. Oh, look at the pretty colours. I'm going to shut the door up because it's smoke's starting to come in the room. I have the vent fully open at the bottom and at the top. I hope the paper's not damp. I know the wood is nice and dry. Perhaps it needs a bit more air. I'm going to let the kindling catch a hold nicely before I put anything else on it. The kindling I'm actually using is some wood that I actually bought for actually doing a little job with, and it's kiln dried pine, construction pine, so it's nice and dry. It may spark a little bit, that's the only problem being pine. It's definitely catching the light there now quite nicely. I'm using very small pieces of wood to start off with. This I've foraged a few days ago and it's been in the boat. It was dry sand and wood to start off with. It's really nice and dry, so it should burn quite nicely. I'm just going to start adding a couple of pieces of that to it, quite gently. Because we've got to keep this fire in the middle. Right, I want to do a little test here. I've just moved the camera position slightly so we can just about see the flames and we can see the heat fan. I'm going to see how long it takes for the fan to actually come on. Now we've closed the door up and the fire's lit. I'm going to leave the camera running, so I have the timestamp at the start of this and the timestamp at the end of it, and we'll see how long it was. I'll let you know the times in the minutes. Well, just my luck, of course. The battery ran out in the camera in a few seconds time. But I can tell you it was 11 minutes and 28 seconds. I did note the time on my watch and I worked it out from the start time on the camera. But yeah, it's not bad, is it? 11.5 minutes with a tiny little fire basically burning in the middle of the stove. Well, that is my fire now, up, fitted and running. It's putting out quite a nice heat, even with just a small fire going in it at the moment. Next week, I hope to be back to normal, regular videos. I should be back to cruising videos on a Saturday, and there'll probably be a cooking video next Wednesday. But now I've caught up with a lot of these jobs, but I do have a lot of things still to do. I've got to go back to Coventry. Anyway, that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.